you want to think about it, hon?
No, I'll come back up here, 'cause I'm not sure what I want.
Oh,
It's on video on Facebook too?
It's not on Facebook. Not on Facebook right now. It'll be
no,
taped. It'll be
you
taped.
guys know how to do that. You go on scobesity.com and then you go under events
Oh,
and you
okay.
can, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll post tomorrow. I'll post the instructions for seeing it
Oh,
after.
okay.
Like you can either listen or you can. There's nothing really to watch other than we're here in the room, but you can listen to it.
Okay.
So yeah, people that are further away or just not able to come, or maybe you just want to hear it again, you're always able to go back and look at those things. So I'll post all the steps on it tomorrow when I release it for them. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, did you say you wanted to wait?
Oh, yes, I'm gonna.
Oh, you're gonna wait, okay, yeah, so you can probably. That'd be good. Okay, welcome everybody, thank you for coming in on the sunshiny evening, even though last night yesterday it was pouring down rain and everything, and you could be sitting on your back porch, right?
Yep.
But thank you for coming. Today's time, I'm Jenny. I know a lot of you guys. You guys know Emily, either as a dietitian or as our manager now, which is exciting. She's a great manager.
Try.
Welcome everybody if you're watching online. We're going to talk about something we talked about last year. Probably about this time, as I was looking back at some of my notes, and we felt like when we were planning for this year that it was such a popular thing that we wanted to talk about it again. And the topic is non-scale victories, having non-scale victories. So, in our introduction today, I'd like us to go around and you can say your name, first name, last name, or just first name, whatever. You can share whatever you want about your journey. And you don't have to say how you're doing. You can share that. It's whatever you want to share. But I'd like you to say one thing that you would define as a non-scale victory. That's something in your life that has happened or that you've experienced or that you can do. Something in your life that doesn't have to do with the scale, okay? It could be a medical thing, it could be a physical thing, it could be something that somebody said to you, you know? It could be something you learned, it doesn't matter, but we'll talk more and more about these non-scale victories. So let's go ahead and start. You look great, by the way. I haven't
Thanks
seen you
much.
in a long time.
My name is Don. Had my surgery in November. Some of the great things that have happened in the past months now, 7-8 months. My blood pressure has really dropped.
Oh, that's awesome.
They have my medicine. I'm hoping I get off of it. I'm sure you folks have experienced when it gets too low, you get dizzy standing up and all that happy stuff. So hopefully they'll end up taking me off of that. Some other things that have happened, been able to get new clothes. I don't have to shop in the big boys section anymore. I've gone from a 3X down to an extra large. Hopefully I'll hit a large. Lost 10 inches off the waist. What other good things? I can walk 3 miles now and not get winded, so that's a good
Wow,
thing.
that's awesome.
So yeah, things are going good.
That's great.
Very good.
That's awesome.
My name's Kathy. I had my surgery December of 2021. I'm off of my blood pressure medicine.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm off of a walker, pretty
Great.
much, and I'm off of all oxygen. Yeah,
that's
so that's
great.
huge. So
That's really
I
good.
had surgery for carpal tunnel, and the anesthesiologist hit my phrenic nerve and paralyzed my left diaphragm. And so MUSC, Lexington sent me to MUSC, said to do this surgery and it would help. And so it's made a huge improvement. So they're seeing good improvements when I go down there. So this has been a good thing.
That's great.
Hazel Jackson. I had my surgery December 2019. And I had the gastric sleeve and the hiatal hernia repair at the same time. It's a struggle still yet. and I'm able to shop in the Goodwill store. I can walk now, you know, I live in an apartment complex and the dumpster's all the way in the back there. So that's why I walk through the day, go and take my trash to the dumpster. I used to live upstairs, but I live downstairs now, but I find I can also climb the 15 stairs step, to the apartment buildings upstairs.
Awesome. That's great.
And I was out of the gym for since March, and I went back yesterday, so I'm back in the gym.
Good. Yeah, that's great.
My name is Lindsay, and I had RNY April 2022, so I'm like 15 months, I guess, about now. And one of my biggest non-scale victories is that I ran a 5K, and my husband signed me up on a Wednesday, and the 5K was on Saturday, so I had no idea. And I'd only ran a mile before, but my goal to run a 5K was in 30 minutes, and I did it in 27.
Oh,
I
wow.
beat my husband.
Oh,
So
nice.
that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then like the whole clothes thing, like none of my clothes fit, and I've been able to buy new clothes,
That's great.
which is a struggle at the same time, you know.
Yes.
And then like riding in the airplane, not having to get an extender because that is embarrassing. And I was able to ride roller coasters like last month, and that was really cool.
That's great.
And just being able to go all day, and I had like 35,000 steps that day from walking in like Dollywood all day in like 90-degree heat, and I wasn't tired. We stayed up and went out that night, so
That's great.
good.
So you went from 1 mile
Yeah.
to 3 miles?
Yeah.
Wow,
Wow.
you're young.
Yeah.
I think the adrenaline of a race sometimes.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like-
yeah, yeah.
It's
yeah.
exciting. Like I
That
tell
was the
people,
first time I'd ever done anything
so
like that.
and you may say this too, but like when I ran my first like race, I remember just thinking, wow, like my first half marathon, I was 5 miles in before I realized I even ran a mile. I was taking it in. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I don't care if you run, walk, crawl. When you cross the finish line of whatever you do, like 5K, whatever, 10K, I don't care what it is, there's something about the achievement.
Oh, yeah.
It does not matter,
Yeah,
like
you're
time,
an Olympian.
anything.
Yeah.
You're an Olympian.
Yeah, it does. I even finished dead last. I don't care. But you cross the finish line, and there's some feeling about that achievement.
Well, and it's also the excitement of everybody there.
Sure.
And I mean, it's
A
just.
lot of times there's music.
Yeah, and you know, people cheering you on,
Yeah,
and it's
it's
just,
really neat.
it's amazing. Because I've done the same thing too. I didn't run it, I walked it, but still, it was just amazing to me that I got that emotional and that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it made me like tear up. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
any of y'all in here that are like, I'm not excited about it, do it.
Yeah,
Do
it really
Sign
did.
up and do
I
it.
was like, oh no, why did you do that? Like, you just wasted money. Like, this is horrible. And he's like, you said you wanted to do it, we're just doing it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I did it, and I'm glad I did it.
Mhm.
And I'm glad I beat him.
Yeah.
I was like 17th out of my age group.
Oh,
there was
that's
like
so
900
good.
people.
That's so good.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
really
great.
Wow, amazing.
So cool.
Couch to 5K if you want to do that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Couch to 5K, it's a little program.
Well, I'm Jamie. I had my surgery at the end of April, so I'm only about 2.5 months out.
Okay.
But so far, like on the days where I'm not completely drained, like going out and walking an hour is, you know, much easier now than it was this time last year. Already kind of having to get rid of all my clothes and, you know, trying to. Before my surgery, I had bought clothes a couple sizes down, so I'd have at least 1 or 2 things as I go, and I'm already like working my way through those. So that's
great.
That's pretty cool feeling.
Great.
That's great.
Hi, I'm Angela Foy, and I had my surgery about 12 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
But I just feel good. I mean, even in the 12 days, I had joined a Facebook, the gastric thing, and in the beginning, looking at all of that and hearing stories, it kind of like had me scared a little bit
Yeah,
about,
sure.
you know, what I was gonna go through. But thank God I haven't had any of those issues with drinking, getting anything down, getting my protein down. So far, it's been good. So.
Very good.
Good.
Awesome.
Great.
I'm Scotty Amick, and I will be, in October 12th will be 2 years since I've had surgery. I am off of all blood pressure and cholesterol medicine. That happened within the first year. And I laugh and say, you know, I hated exercise, hated it. And now I love it. I mean, I crave it. So I do Pilates and I walk, and a little bit of weight training. Not so much of that, but I do the walking and the Pilates.
So great.
Yeah.
Great. Very good.
Well, I'm Mandy. I'm 1 month today.
Oh, wow.
Probably at first I really had my doubts after my surgery, and Emily probably, I don't know if Emily remembers me, my first day after surgery was horrible.
Oh.
But I got through it, and I'm thankful for this, and I'm glad I did it. And I have infusions every 8 weeks for arthritis, and I never have energy. I have more energy than I've ever had in the last 7 years.
That's great.
And I was supposed to have an infusion 2 weeks ago, and I didn't have the infusion.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
That's my goal.
Great.
My name is Dina. I had my surgery August of last year. I'm down about 70 pounds. And my non-scale victories is buying new clothes and getting rid of that old.
That's great.
Very good.
Yeah. I'm Tina. I am 6 months out from my sleeve surgery at December 22nd, right before Christmas of last year. And I've had so many non-scale victories. It's just amazing. One of the things that really tickles me the most is being able to put my shoes on this way instead of sitting on my bed and turning sideways and putting my feet up and, you know, that kind of thing. That's probably one of my favorite things because it's been several years since I've been able to do that. And I have on a back support right now that comes around you and you Velcro it. I have a slip disc in my lower back, and so it helps me to be able to walk at work and everything, and without having as much pain. So I have that on, and even with that on, I still could do this. And so put my socks on and my shoes on like that in time, and I was even talking while I was bent over. And, you know, I just couldn't do that because my stomach was just so much there, and it was just, you know. So that's one of my favorite ones.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, my name's Ryan. My surgery is next week. So
Oh, wow.
I wanted to come and get a head start in this, and
Yeah.
I'm very encouraged by all of your stories.
Good, good. I was just about to ask you that. Are you encouraged right now?
I'm at the everybody else social. I said I'm nervous and excited at the same time.
Yeah.
Everybody said that's normal, but everything that you guys have talked about, the clothes, the airplane, the roller coasters, that's what I'm looking forward to. So.
Very good.
Yep.
Good. Glad you're here.
My name's Emily too. I had surgery 4 weeks ago this coming Thursday.
Oh, wow.
So 4 weeks out. And this shirt is my non-scale victory. It used to be so tight it made me uncomfortable to like wear out. And now it's like loose enough that I can like wear it to work and like feel comfortable and not like constantly like, you know, adjusting, which I still do, but I don't need to do. So yeah.
That's great.
That's great.
My name is Felice, and I'm 3 weeks today.
Oh,
wow.
And it's funny, when I was home, you know, because you don't really have, you're trying to get your energy back because what you're taking in now is a lot different. And I see it, but I don't see it. When I went back to work, everyone was like, "You look great," and I was like, "Did I look bad?" No, but you look great. Yeah, and I'm just looking at them like, really? And I see that my clothes are changing, but I'm just like, I was like, I'm just not ready to actually say I'm gonna change my clothes because they're kind of loose. These pants, like sometimes I feel like my clothes, I'm really tying it tight. So it was nice, even though I kept looking like, I must have looked bad, but. And then my husband was like, hugging you is different. He was like, I can go all the way. And I'm like, I was just like, I said, wow, maybe I didn't see it. Well, I was like, but it's nice. I mean, and it's the struggle. It's not a bad struggle. It's just different because what you used to taking to give you all the energy, now you have to kind of go, I have to drink this, I have to do that. So it's different. So I'm getting my energy back. I'm just looking forward to see. Like I would like to. I can't wait to get to soft stage. Drinking liquids are fun.
I swear that's like the longest 6 weeks of your
It
life.
is, but it's
Yes.
great. It's great, but it's just different because your mindset has to change.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Every stage, I can't wait. So I'm like, let's see what the stage is gonna be like next. It's
That's
good.
great. Good.
Hello, my name is Christy Lewis. I had my surgery June 6th of this year.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm a month further than
Got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, so my non-scale victory, during the process, I found out I was a diabetic. My A1C was at a 6.5. I went back to the doctor 2 weeks ago, and it's at a 6.1.
That's awesome. Very good.
I'm still pre-diabetic now.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I'm ready to get under the
Yes.
5.7. So
Yeah.
we know that.
Very well.
Yes,
Let me ask this before I talk a little bit more about non-scale victories. Because there's so many of you guys that are just out or just about ready to go, what are you hoping to get out of tonight? Like, is there something that you are feeling like, wow, I need to ask this, or I hope they can help me with this? Or were you just feeling like, I'm just gonna come and ride the wave and see what's going on?
I know for me, I'm a visual person.
Right.
So it's real to me to see, like it feels real. I know I had the surgery, it's very real in my head and I hear what people are saying, but it's real, it's different to see it. Like I can go, okay, that's real, this is real. And I think that's what it is for me. It's just like, I know what people are saying, I know that I've changed, but it's nice to see the stages and go, okay, wow, 7 months. I heard them almost 2 years. Somebody was nice and I'm just like, wow. So that's a big thing. I'm just like to see it, to visualize it is really, really nice because it's like what I see and what people see, you don't see the same thing. So it's like nice to see somebody else to say, wow, she ran a 5K. Like, and I remember I used to love to run. So it's like, you know, so stuff like that is just a big deal. And clothes. I want to buy clothes too. I'm just not ready. But I want to buy clothes. I'm like, yeah, so that's,
Well, don't buy a lot at first, just
Yeah.
slow, one
yeah,
at a time.
Yeah, so that's a big thing for me. And just to hear y'all talk about your success stories, like, what should I eat? Does this taste good? Because it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge, so I like it.
Very good. That's good. Anybody else?
Just to add what she was saying is, you know, I've got great support at home, but
Yeah.
when you're with others that's gone through or is going through
Yes.
what you're going through, it's way different because the support at home doesn't understand that.
Mhm.
And when you get these non-scale accomplishments or the scale accomplishments, everyone here understands it a lot more and appreciates it more because they know the struggle that we've made to get there.
Right, right. That's
And
good.
I piggyback off of her, like basically the motivation for me, since this is my first support group attended.
Yeah.
Just what she was saying, the support back home. Some people think you're taking the easy way out. This is not easy.
No.
No.
It's not. You still have to put in the work. You know,
Yes.
and they just saying you don't have to do it. You should. Like I understand what you're saying, but I'm doing mine for health reasons.
Right.
I have generation of diabetics. My
Yes.
father was a diabetic. I lost him to that, so I said I don't want to be. I
Yeah.
don't want to have to go through that.
Yeah.
I'll piggyback on all that real quick too, to know that we do this once a month, but we're here every day, right? So it's hard, I think, when you're in the moment and you're not feeling your best. It's not something you want to necessarily do, pick up the phone or send a message or whatever it is, but I'd encourage that's exactly what you did. That is exactly why we are all here. So you don't have to have an appointment. You don't have to have a support group coming up. You can reach out on Facebook and Instagram. I answer messages on there a lot. So know that there's not one day that you're ever going to be alone in this journey too. So like literally Brianna, Catherine, Jenny, myself, even in a manager role, I really like to still talk to people. So, like, I'm happy to answer questions too. So know that that support is constant, and it is for the rest of your life. It's how much you use our resources. But that's what we're here for. So.
And that's a great, I mean, it really is wonderful to have a practice like that, because you do read on Facebook and stuff, all of these people that have been through it that don't have the support
Right.
of their doctor or their, you know, their nutritionist, or they have to go somewhere else for a nutritionist or whatever. And this is, I mean, it's just wonderful to have everything all in one place.
Yeah,
It's
it's
easily
important.
accessible.
It's important for all of us, for sure.
Yeah.
We just want to continue to grow that too, because I want to continue, like, one of the things taken over in this position that was neat is, like, I want to expand, and I told Travis this morning, is expand post-operatively. We have a lot of contact through the first year to 2 years, and then our numbers drop off a little bit as far as follow-up. And so I want to know how we target people even further out, right? 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and I want to know how all those people are doing. We make contact calls and things like that, but don't see people as much, and it's really easy to just kind of veer off a little bit. And so as a program, I think we're just trying to make sure that everyone knows we're always, like, there are so many resources you can tap in here. No one's ever going to say I can't help you.
That's true.
Well,
Because my chart, when
Yeah.
I've seen questions so many times, and y'all respond right there.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
the
don't
goal.
know a
That's
day
good.
later, it's the same day.
That's
So
the goal.
That's what I love, because I was at a stall and got nervous,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really understand, but it was like, yeah, that's normal. You
Yeah,
know, that's
yeah.
a good thing if you at a stall. So I had to put that skill away.
That's good.
And I
Yeah.
called Emily yesterday, because I'm kind of at like a plateau, and I was starting to get panicked too. And she said, I can see you today. And so I came in, and when I went home, my sister's like, well, how was I? Oh my God, I can do this now. And I was so motivated. She's like, okay. I said, leave me alone, I gotta get on the bike. And she's like, okay. So it was good. So yeah, use the resources.
And that's also what these non-skills victories help us with too, is that when we are at a plateau or when we're not losing weight on the scale, if we remember these things, then that helps motivate me anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think keeping like a good journal on those things, talking about that, pictures, and some people don't want to take pictures early on, but then later on, they're regretful that they didn't take those pictures. You know what's the most inspirational to, I'm sure, everybody that looks at our Facebook, but also us in the practice, is seeing a before and after. I mean, like goosebumps, not just because I'm cold, but literally when we see, even the doctors are like, incredible, right? Because sometimes when like, I don't remember what you looked like before surgery. Because I've seen you, I've seen you like this for a long time, right? Like it's been a while, and so I can't even remember. Like I don't even know. And so when I get to see like when somebody brings a before and after, it's incredible. So I can imagine if it's incredible to us, it's definitely gonna be incredible to the person. But it's like digging out pictures and saying, oh, do I have a picture? Like, do I have anything? You know, do I have something? So you can learn from that, right?
I'll take a picture.
You take your take a look.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah, even
measurements.
measurements, like measurements, I think
yeah.
are
Yeah.
really important.
That's the one thing I didn't do was measurements.
I did measurements,
before I
like,
did that.
the week before surgery, and I haven't done them since like my 6 months, but I lost like 5 feet of like inches
That's
within
great.
6 months. And I was just blown away. That's like 5 feet. That's like a person.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But like if you do those things, you'll really see a difference.
Yeah.
And then when you start getting rid of your clothes, like I've been going through my closets because I have gone time after time. I'm somebody who I like run to the minute to getting ready for work or for church or whatever. And so then I'm grabbing clothes and I'm putting them on. And I got in my mind what I want to wear, you know, visually, but then I put it on and it's just like way too big and I can't wear it. And so I went through all of my closets, all my clothes in my drawers in my closets. And the thing is, and I purposefully kept some things that I have pictures of me in, and in, you know, like previous pictures, and I kept those items and I've stored them away in a special drawer so that I can take pictures of me and then now and then in 6 more months or whatever,
Right.
and be able to compare those. And because I had packed them away, you know, like for Goodwill or for whatever, and but keep those, you know, a few pieces that you may have a picture of yourself in, or for those who are so new, you could take pictures now and then you make sure that you keep those things, you know, when you do start cleaning out your closets and getting rid of those things. And somebody told me that that was really important to do, was to take those clothes out of your closet and, you know, give them away or do whatever. And, you know, but I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I've done that several times in the past 30 years that I've been trying to lose weight. And then, you know, I hold on to them or I put them in the back of the closet because I think in the back of my mind, you know, I know what has always happened is I've gained that weight back. And so this time, though, I didn't do that. This time because it's like, this is the tool. Mm-hmm. This is the tool for me. And, you know, so I've already taken one big load to Goodwill and I've got another one ready to go. So.
That's great. Perfect. Well, let me tell you some more non-scale victories that people have said. I can get out of a chair. Isn't that interesting? Someone that struggled with that. Mm-hmm. I can put on my socks. I can walk to the mailbox without stopping to rest. I've avoided soda. I've been able to tell my wife and husband no. Like just becoming more assertive. I can beat him in a race. Yeah. I'm off diabetic medication, we heard that. Yes. I've gotten back to swimming 3 times a week. Being able to do things that you love more often. I'm able to throw away leftovers.
Yeah.
How about that? Mm-hmm. I'm able to ambulate without huffing and puffing. I can cross my own legs. That's a funny one. That's a good one though. I couldn't walk all the way across Lake Murray Dam, and I love it now. At my deep water aerobic class, I was able to adjust my belt to a smaller size. And somebody said I now attend the support group regularly. You know, it was an accomplishment to come and to give and to listen, and you know, that's a non-scale victory. Mm-hmm. I want to just read a little bit more about, I did a little more like about research on non-scale victories. And one that people saw was your sleep can improve. Studies show that losing even just 15 pounds can improve your sleep quality. Has anybody gotten rid of sleep apnea?
I have.
Yeah, you have. That's
and
all.
then they just tested me about a couple of weeks ago because they thought that I needed to go back on it. And I said, oh no, not again. But they tested me and everything was fine.
Oh, that's great,
So
Ms.
I don't
Jackson.
have to get that thing again.
That's good. That's great. They find that your mind is sharper. Weight loss is associated with better memory, greater attention span, and faster mental processing. Now, this is research, right? Your skin tends to look better because you're eating less sugar, less acne, and more fruits and vegetables, more antioxidants, nicer skin. Coping mechanisms are healthier, not using food to cope. You're exercising, you're being more mindful. Improved mood. In a 2015 study, 82% reported a change in the severity of their depressive symptoms with only just 5% weight loss or more. You know, that feeling of being successful. Even if there's not great success, that was with 5% weight loss. You know, it's the feeling of, you know, I'm doing something really good for myself. I'm taking care of myself. Your wallet doesn't miss the drive-through anymore. There's a Bureau of Labor Statistics from 2018 that this is 2018, and I was trying to look up, they didn't have it published, more recent. But it said the average household spends $67 per week on drive-through food.
I believe it.
I think it's a lot more now.
I think it's probably a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more because things are a lot more expensive too. Yeah. But you know, these are all non-scale. All non-scale. And this little handout that I gave you guys, I just kind of separated it into medical alleviation of medical problems. A lot of you guys mentioned that. ability to be more active, you all mentioned that. And how about this last one, less weight stigma? Yes, what do you mean by that, John?
Well, just the fact that I don't have to go into, the big boy department
Right.
or whatever, that I can go into a regular store and, get it right off the shelf and then I can wear it. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what it means to me.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
Yep.
So let's finish off a little bit more talking about why this is so important. Why do you think it's so important to really focus on non-scale victories, as well as keeping track of the scale along the way?
The scale will sometimes not move. I've been the same weight since December, but I have dropped like 2 or 3 pant sizes. But I have stayed the same weight. So you cannot focus on the scale. Like your body recomposition, it moves fat in different places, loses it, builds muscle. So you're not going to see things move on the scale. So you have to find things that you're doing things right. Like, okay, I'm doing things right. My jeans are getting a little looser. I might need to get a bigger, smaller shirt, or just different things will trigger that I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
And you'll stay focused and you'll stay on track. And
I think there's a fine line too about just, it's either all or nothing sometimes with the
Yeah.
scale, and you
Yeah.
gotta find that relationship where the scale is accountability, but it's not an obsession. Because sometimes it becomes an obsession and then we throw it away, right?
Yeah.
But if we throw it away and we don't have the accountability, then we're like, uh-oh, it's easy to not look at it and then be like, oh, my shirt's a little bit more snug, but I'm good, and there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong. So you gotta find that like happy medium. It's really difficult to find it. And you also have to look at perspective. I think when you look on a scale, how does it affect your mood when you get on a scale, right? Like, what are you going to do with the information you get off a scale? Because sometimes we go into a scale and we're like, wow, we're so excited, right? And then it lets us down and how we respond. Sometimes we cope with food, right? So that's where it's really difficult to say, like, how do I change that? And it's not an overnight thing. It's a long process of changing a relationship with the scale, So that's where you also have to work through that and just work through that mindset. And like she said, focusing on other things to know that, hey, if I'm losing pant sizes, I'm still in good shape, right? Like, I am still working at this, I'm in good shape. Now, if the scale is going up and I notice that my shirt's getting snug or my pants are getting snug, then I might need to reassess, right? Reevaluate what I'm doing. But just finding that good relationship it's a battle.
it is. It's a mental battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm struggling right now with, unfortunately, the weight gain. And today I saw, you know what? I'm gonna stop eating. I'm gonna go just protein and my water, because a lot of things that people say they eat, I can't, I don't understand it. I can't do that. Last night, so watermelon, you could eat a little bit. I ate a little bit of watermelon last night. Woke up 4 o'clock this morning, sick on my stomach.
Oh, no.
So I called my friend and I said, look, I had some people over the weekend and we had watermelon, we had cantaloupe. I said, I'm gonna put this watermelon in a bowl and I'm gonna bring it to you tomorrow. So that's what I did with the watermelon, got rid of it out of my house. I went through my refrigerator, everything, and y'all know I food prep.
Yep.
But everything that I had cooked in the refrigerator that I was eating off of, I threw it in the trash. I said, I can't do this.
Which that's a non-scale victory too, that you were able to do that.
Yeah, because my sister-in-law had the surgery. She gained. My 2 members of my church, they gained. I said, I can't go that route. I can't do that.
But you just went back to the gym.
I did,
remember
yeah.
about a month ago when we chatted a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you, that's what we identified, that you were still doing great in your food.
Right.
And you took that break because you went to go take care of someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were planning to go back to the gym. So
Yeah.
you've made that big step.
Yeah.
I think all of this is looking at the bigger picture.
Right.
Not just scale.
Right.
And
maybe-
sometimes it's hard to do that.
Yeah. Sure.
especially in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to reflect here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like day to day when you're by yourself, especially in the grind, it's tough. That's why I say we have these support groups once a month, and you have your appointments, but it doesn't mean that in between when you have those times that you don't reach out and just say, I need 5 minutes of encouragement, because we can do that, you know. So.
I always tell people, like, immediately afterwards, like, you'll do great, you'll follow the diet, you'll lose weight, you'll keep on going, might have a few bumps here and there, but you'll do great. But then it becomes life. The great, wonderful things when everyone's bringing you food and wants to love you with food, or you're celebrating. And I had a woman today, she said, "This is my birthday month, that's why I'm up, I said, "Well, what does that mean, it's your birthday month?" She's gone out, celebrating with friends. It was a big birthday. She was 40. I was like, wow, that's really old, No. But it was, a celebratory time for her. So that meant lots of eating out, lots of, people bringing cupcakes at work, people bringing cakes. And those are the things, far out that you've got to learn to manage, Yeah.
I just have a question, and it's probably, I don't know, maybe it's just me, it's probably not me, but my thing is, with the diet, with the stages, I see all the stuff that people are making, but it's like, I don't know, I'm like, why do I feel that when it's time to eat that you're scared? Like, cause I don't know what I'm gonna like anymore. Cause I remember like certain things, like I already tried, cause you said don't buy a bunch of vitamins.
Mm-mm.
So I bought one, and I'm like, oh, I don't really like this one. But I'm like, but I know before I used to like the flavor, and I'm like, and I know that your taste buds can change. I'm just like, I see these people on social media, and I'm like, they're having meals. I said, is it that easy to transition, even with the stages? Because I was just like, I'm supposed to go to stage 4
You just
to
gotta do
6,
whatever
and I'm
feels
just
good
like,
for now.
Slow.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
what you're
I-
supposed to do.
Yeah, because that's my thing.
I
I'm like,
kept
that's
eating
where I'm
mashed
going now.
potatoes
Yeah,
way
that's-
longer than I needed
that's
to
gonna
eat
find
mashed
you.
potatoes because it was like
It's
easy and
easy.
carbs.
Yeah,
It's a gradual thing.
That's
It's
what I
not
said.
something that just happens. Like, ooh, today I can go to this food. No,
Yeah, that's what I was
it's
looking at.
definitely gradual.
Yeah, because I'm about to be
I know
when
what-
I can
What
do the
scares you?
transition.
What scares you?
Because it's like, it seems like I'm just wondering like what my taste buds, what will I like now? Because it's like flavors that I thought I liked now I don't really like. So I'm like, or what I don't want to. And I have my plate and I have the stuff I want to do when it's time to actually. And I see so many people on videos. I'm like, wow, they're eating that. That looks nice. But then I'll see them say, this didn't take well with me, and I used to like that. So I'm just thinking, I'm just like, would that be? Does that happen?
And
often?
try it all at home first.
Yeah. Well, I don't even want to go to a restaurant.
Try
I
anything.
like, it's like, I just
Anybody
don't.
else's
I tell
house
people
or
that all the
yeah.
time. You
Yeah.
don't want to go out and try a new food,
Right.
and
Yes, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be shocking. I'm gonna be like, oh, week 4 is here. I'm like, I see all these things. I'm just like, I might just still eat mashed potatoes for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, you can put protein powder in your mashed potatoes,
Or
and and then you're getting your protein in there. So, especially in that early stages, that's what I did. To get that soft food, but to keep up with the protein intake, and so that was a real help. You
Or
just
when
have to
you're,
get the
like,
right one.
transitioning like that, and you like the mashed potatoes, do like half of what you would eat, and then add in a bite or 2 of your protein that you're trying to add in, like your soft
Mhm.
chicken or your
Yeah,
soft
that's-
fish. So then you know, okay, I don't like that. Okay, my
Right.
stomach, it's not sitting well. Then you know exactly what you're eating.
Oh, okay.
Don't add stuff to it at first. You know, that's how I
Yeah, that makes
eliminated
sense.
things and
Yeah.
added things back into my diet.
Yeah, that makes
And I
sense.
kept it really simple and put just
Yeah.
like you said, and that's there, and that's my protein, whether it was the chicken or the tuna or whatever it might have been, and then whatever else, and then but keeping it simple,
Yeah.
and just
Avoid adding
not
a
trying
lot
to
of
make
seasonings.
meals
Yeah.
like you saw, because I've seen a lot of those too, and I'm thinking, oh, that casserole looks really good, but I'm thinking, how are they counting that,
Yeah.
and so how are you know that you're getting this amount of protein, how many ounces of protein in that spoonful, you know, and I mean, yes, you can weigh it, but then, you know, that's everything together. So you have to be, keeping it simple, especially, you know, for the first year, to me makes plenty of sense. So I'm trying to keep it simple.
And, well, and it's
Don't
not
back up.
unusual, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, don't back off at the, when it says light mayonnaise, I used to, mine set in my head, oh, that's disgusting. But get Duke's light mayonnaise, use the teaspoon with
Yeah,
your
yeah,
chicken.
yeah.
It makes a big difference with it, cause just eating plain chicken, you're like, but
I
if
do
you put that little bit
salsa.
of, yeah, put that little
make
bit
it like a
of
taco.
there, you know, that mayonnaise in there, and it just makes the world of difference with it.
And it keeps it moist too,
Yeah.
and that's one thing that you wanna do.
And it won't be, what I was gonna say is, I hear people say that their tastes have changed in certain things, and that's okay.
Mhm.
Like, maybe they were big egg eaters, and then they're trying eggs, and that's just not, initially not sitting well, you know? But try it again in a month. It might just, did anybody experience that? Like, you
Yes.
weren't, yeah.
Yes.
Like, what kind of foods?
Chicken.
Chicken?
I hate it. I love chicken. Everyone loves chicken, you know? And then I tried chicken. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not good. And then I waited like 2 weeks and tried it again. I was like, thank God, this is so good.
And I always did chicken breast, and it got so dry in my mouth. And Dr. Antonetti said, try chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
Yes.
So I did, and it was much juicier, and I was able to get it down.
Mhm.
And I know this sounds gross, but you will throw up, and everybody does at some point. And the first time I did, I've only thrown up twice, and I'm a year and a half surgery. It's not like normal throw up, it's just so different. It's just different. And I told Dr. Antonetti, I said, I threw up. He said, yeah, everybody's gonna throw up at least a couple times. And I said, it's so different. He goes, yeah, it is. You know,
No, I haven't. In 6 months, I haven't, so,
That's good.
yeah.
No.
So, but mine may be because I'm so scared to, you know, because I'm very, very cautious about, or very conscious about the full filling, you know, and the amount that I'm eating and the waiting given in between bites. And, you know, and that, yeah.
Oh, you only gotta overeat one time and you won't do it again.
Because I
Did
just
it
don't want to
and-
do that.
Yeah,
It's not a
I took
good
your
feeling.
advice from the last month when you said, set a timer for a minute,
Mhm.
and that works.
Mhm.
I shared that in my class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That
still
was really
doing that.
good.
I'm doing that, yeah. And if anybody else wants to know what we're talking about, is I have a smartwatch and I take a bite and chew, because you have to chew a lot when you're eating your protein. And then when you swallow, you hit the 1 minute timer on your watch, and when that goes off, then you can have your next bite. And then that allows it to process through, and it, you know, gives your stomach room.
And it
And
gives me 30
you know.
minutes like they want you for a meal.
Yep, and it spreads that meal out. So, and you just put your fork down and you just talk to the person if you're, you know, eating with somebody else, or you just, you know, do whatever.
And
I
your
bought
tip, baby, the little
tablespoons
fork
to use
was
too,
good.
and that helped.
That helped.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, I did the same thing.
Yes.
You
I
guys
went to
getting
the
all
dollar
these
store
tips,
and got
man,
the
you're getting all
little
these
spoons.
tips.
Yeah.
And that even with my protein drink, if I'm doing a protein drink, I still do the 30 minutes in between the drinks. Cause then I'm thinking to myself, well, how am I supposed to do this? So I felt safe by just drinking my drink during that 30-minute period. After I've drank it all, then I wait 30 to 45 minutes before I drink my water again. Me too. Yeah.
Okay, let's close with this question for you to think about. What is a non-scale victory that you want to achieve, that you haven't yet achieved?
The seatbelt for me.
The 5K.
Okay, okay.
Give it a size 12.
12? What's that?
Get it a size 12.
Oh, get in a size. Okay, that's great. But that's great, because you have a size idea, you know? And, you know, your weight might not be exactly where you want it to be. It might be, you know? It might be lower than where you want it to be, but you're in your size 12, you know? It doesn't depend on that. That's good. That's good. Why size 12?
Cause I don't even remember if that's with.
Okay.
I think that bypass did.
I went from a 26, 28 down to a 14, 16 right now.
That's good, that's great.
Yeah, you might look pretty good, girl, on a 14. Pretty good, you know, just.
And then I find when you're trying to buy clothes, I'm trying to figure out what you can wear and what you look good in. Don't go to these expensive stores. Go to Goodwill or the thrift store.
Or she.
Yeah.
This dress is
Yeah. TJ Maxx and Ross.
there you
I
go.
do love TJ Maxx.
Plant
Yeah.
tribes.
What else is on your mind? Is there another medical hurdle you wanna get over? Is there a physical, accomplishment? I wanna do a 5K. Is there,
I want to get back to. I used to run. And I broke my ankle, so then I was scared to run. And I worked in so for a long time. Just like I would like to get back to run. I used to run track. I run track in college. I run track in high school. I run track.
Oh, that's
Like
awesome.
I literally ran track from middle school all the way to college, and then I broke my ankle, and then I just got real comfortable, and then I got married and got more comfortable. And my husband, he can gain weight. He'll drop it like that. He can drop 30, 40 pounds. I'm just looking at him like. So I just want to get back to running because I want to run a 5K. I want to go back to jogging. I'm just like, that's a big thing for me. I want to go back to running. And I walked the damn. One time I thought I was going to die, but I walked the damn since then. I was just like, I'm having a heart palpitation. And I was like, but since the surgery, I've walked it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, you'll get to running. I was like, okay. So I want to get back to running because I used to
That's
like
great.
to run.
Well, my medical issue that I'm still working on is my stomach. Still bothering me. So I need that resolved.
I'd like to do a pull-up.
Ooh, nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's nice.
That's
I
awesome.
don't know that I'll ever get there, but
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Good.
Good for you.
It's pretty neat.
I was just gonna mention about the dam, just remember there's no bathroom.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the one bathroom in the park right here before you go on over.
That's a good point.
I guess maybe because
Good
I'm older.
And
I
in the
just
mornings,
think like
they're
that.
locked still.
Pardon?
In the mornings, like, if you go there for sunrise, they're still locked. FYI.
The bathrooms.
Oh, they are,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah, so wait until like 8 a.m.
Yeah, there you go. The sun's up and ready to go.
I've got one that it's technically a skill victory because it has a weight involved, but it's also a non-skill victory in my mind because my first driver's license that I ever got, I know I lied about my weight on it. And I'm probably a month away from being below the number that I lied about.
that's cool.
Nice. That's
Wow.
awesome.
So scale, non-scale, but like that's going to be a psychological hurdle when I.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Okay.
really, so you need to celebrate that, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Lied about my current one too. Next time I won't.
But you definitely, I make it it's real to see. Like, I'm just looking on the side. Wow.
Well, I was able to come off of medications. Well, Dr. Strickland took me off of a whole list of them when I was discharged from after the surgery. And since then, I've come off others, supplements and medications, and some have been reduced in, the dosages. But I just talked to my GP today and had a lot of blood work done and, that kind of thing, it was the whole checkup thing. So, I'm not off of anymore, but he was so excited, with my results. And, so those are things that are non-scale victories technically, but, it's just very exciting, and there's a possibility in my mind, which is wonderful, to come off of the last two, blood pressure and cholesterol medications. I mean, those are getting really, really close. In fact, he almost told me to come off of the cholesterol, but he said, let's just wait for one more, because I go every 4 months to have my blood work done, and so we'll see what happens in 4 months. And you know,
Great.
then maybe I'll be, but it was an exciting call for me. You know, my A1C was 5.2. And
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so I mean, it's just those kinds of things are wonderful, and you know, and that was one of my biggest goals was quality of life. That's what everyone wants, is a better quality of life. I'm 62. I have 2 grandchildren who are young, and I want to be able to play with them and watch them grow and get out, and because I was the grandmother that, you know, played frisbee and ball and all that kind of stuff with them, and then, you know, my weight it didn't allow me with the arthritis that I have in my knees and my slip disc and my lower back, and I was just like, so it was just, so now things are gotten a lot better, and so I've been able to get out and play with them, and so that's a wonderful non-scale victory for me to be able. Now I still can't get on the floor, but that has to do with arthritis, and we're hoping that you know, that'll be fixed too, but that may be surgery, so, because, you know, bone on bone, so anyway. But everything else is really just great, and so it's great.
Anybody else? Well, you know, the scale is one measure, and it needs to be a measure, right? It needs to be a measure. You went through this serious surgery to lose weight. And it needs to be a measure, like, kind of forever. I think what Emily was getting at, you can't just not monitor it. You don't have to monitor it every day. You don't even have to monitor it every week. But even long term, you have to keep track, because we want to see you if you've gained 5 pounds. You know, we want to catch you before you might gain 50. Yeah, you know, and so we want, and people tell me that, oh, I didn't weigh myself for a long time, and I knew I started to feel uncomfortable, and I wish I would have caught it when I had, you know, gained a couple pounds, you know. So it is a measure. I mean, the whole purpose of this talk is not to say throw out the scale, you know, but it's just one of many, 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 you know. So in your beginning journeys, it's a great thing to look at, but it's one. You know, you're eating healthy, you're being strong, you know, you're exercising more. But in your long-term journey, it's just one. You know, you're getting rid of medications, you're running freaking 5Ks.
Yeah.
You knew about it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know, you're buying all kinds of clothes. And I think that's the bigger picture that we always want you to have, you know? It's not just one measure. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And someone reminded me today, it's a marathon and not a sprint.
Yeah.
So I have to remember that.
Yes, yeah, that's good, that's good. Next month, I think Lori's coming.
Was Lori next month? I don't know. I
Yes,
didn't look at the
and
topic.
she's gonna talk about GERD. Yeah.
So Lori is an expert at GERD, but she'll also just be open to just have conversations. Any of y'all have seen Lori's a gem that we have, obviously, and she will just talk about anything and everything. And so,
Yeah, so
What
she'll
do
put
you
it
teach us?
GERD. Esophageal reflux disease. She's done some studies about that, so she'll talk
her
about
and Dr.
that.
Antonetti do a lot of research. A lot of research on just GERD in general, and there can be, some people have it and they know it, and some people have silent reflux, and so they do a lot of these studies and do a lot of research
And they're
on it.
published.
And they're published, yeah, some
Yeah,
great research, and so she's a GERD expert for sure, so she'll definitely touch on that topic and just kind of go through things just so y'all are aware, but when you see her, like, she'll always assess for those things anyway, but just so people know.
But bring your
then, like I
medical
said,
questions.
Yeah. Any questions that you would have, like, she's a wonderful resource.
And then if you run into her in Walmart, she will speak to you.
Absolutely. She takes what she does very seriously. So.
Any other comments, questions, concerns? Do you guys feel encouraged? Okay. Good.
Can I get back in the gym?
Where are you at? What are you at? 4 weeks? typically
6 weeks. sounds
typically
good.
6 weeks you're okay. I mean, you can go
Up
and
to
do
10.
cardio and things like that and do a lot of abdominal things. But typically at your 8-week appointment, they'll actually clear you to do everything. Swim, abdominal things, everything. But I mean, you could go
Start
to the gym
slow.
right now and do.
Start slow if you're gonna go and do it.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking 10 pounds or less if you're gonna lift anything right now. Not a lot of abdominal things, but you can do cardio right now. As long as you feel strength-wise like you can do it, you can do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You could do stretchy band. Anybody do bands?
I forgot to put
Something
them
like
up
that.
there. I did like, oh.
Yeah,
if
and
anyone-
then at that 8 weeks, we can refer you even over, please, if you guys haven't taken
Health
advantage of health
directions.
directions, yeah, we'll refer you over there. People love
It-
that.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is.
it really, what it did for me was it gave me the encouragement and the courage, I guess, to go to a gym. I mean, because I was intimidated, and spent 8 weeks over there, and then ended up hiring a trainer over there as well, just to really learn the equipment and know what I was doing, because I was intimidated by all of that. And it's a wonderful program. It really is.
Yeah, it really is. They're very helpful and
And
I'll
it's
do
your
that at
pace.
8
It's not like
weeks.
you're going at someone else's pace. They set your routine for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just something to check.
People tell me they could walk into any gym and they know what to do.
Yep.
And, you know, they know, would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, yeah.
They can help you out.
Yeah, it's a really good
Great.
benefit.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Please be safe driving home, and we'll meet you hopefully next month.
If any of y'all are interested in, you can set this as a non-scale victory goal too. Wow Us Wednesdays, we do those posts, so we like to put them on there every Wednesday. You let me know. Like whenever you want to be on there, we want to put
Send
you
us your
on there.
picture.
Okay? So there's not like some people are like, well, can I be on there? Are you sure? Have I done it? Yes. All of y'all are victories. So whatever point in your journey that you might want to share your story, let me know. Okay? So we want, I say that because those are the best stories, right? Like that's what
Yeah, I
people
missed
love
one.
to see.
Went to graduation.
Those
Yeah.
stories. And that's what we love too, because they're
Oh,
super
really?
encouraging that way. So,
Yeah. This one's unopened?
Everybody looks at me. Where's the other hat?
Yeah, it's all
Great. That's a good thing.
I'm just happy to get up out of my house.
Well,
Excuse me.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not in that bad, I'm just like, I'm lost.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, you gotta get a trail later.